So much. In fact, this is my first visit to the Bangalore Literature Festival. And also, news report informed me that poetry has been introduced for the first time at the Bangalore Literature Festival. And I hope that in future you will have more sessions on poetry. There are already 3 or 4, I think, through the 2 days. So, I was thinking of starting off in a very different way, but hearing so much about love and a sort of a dysfunctional love generally, I think I have to sort of reorganize the way I'm going to do this reading. And so I will start off with a love poem, and a love that lasts, and a love that is not about instant gratification, love that is not about objectification of desire, love that is about two desiring subjects which last through a very long time, through interpersonal relationship. It can be a spousal relationship, it can be a great friendship, and it can be about being made for each other, but about attracting opposites. And opposites is what really makes the whole, as we once upon a time read in our science books and also the geography book about the clash of opposites. So I start off with a love poem. The title of this poem is Though. Though we slept in the same bed for years, you dreamt of hills, I dreamt of the 7 seas. Though we woke up together in the soft morning light, you just wanted tea, I wanted a new world. Though we took trams, trains, and cars for work, your cell phone was active yet mute. Mine was about vibrating sound. Though we watched movies together, you liked the brain-brawn combo. I was hooked to love stories. Though we ate together every day at home or cafes or in restaurants, I mostly ate what you liked as I grew to like them too. Though we wore what we liked, I knew what you liked. You never did. Our incessant meetings at intersections laughed at our parallel roots. We held hands, and our entwined fingers spoke in silent dialogue. So that's the first poem. Thank you. Now, the second poem that I will read has recently been published in Indian Literature and Sahitya Academy. It is dedicated to Mahatma Gandhi, whose 150th year we celebrate this year. And it's strangely titled, you would say, The Dhoti Dance. Yes? And of course, the title has been inspired by the movie Chennai Express. Remember the Lungi dance? Yes? And the cavorting and gyrations of the male hero. I don't even have to name him. He's always on your mind. So this is what I have done with this poem. It's called The Dhoti Dance. Those were the days when it was not about twirling the moustache. It was not about dancing in nightclubs. It was not about challenging the choreographer. It was not about grabbing the chance to dance the lungi dance. There were no music and drums as the dhotis and saris danced down the streets to face the imperial rod of power. Soldiers striped their backs, soldiers handcuffed them, but they sat like boulders. It was the dance of satyagraha. It was the dance of non-violent non-cooperation that shook the foundations of the British Raj. The frail old man in a dhoti led the British such a dance that their pantaloons and pajamas slipped off as they pranced and danced. It was not chance pay dance, it was the determined dhoti dance. The youthful old man had choreographed the freedom dance. A nation danced to his tune. A nation danced towards freedom as Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, the frail brown man in a capri dhoti, led the dhoti dance. Thank you. From these two, I'll go to a more recent poem, and you might recognize what I am looking at, because after the 5th of August, I think most of us felt a little unnerved by what was going on. The poem is called Heaven on Earth. That was the mistake, a divine mistake, made by the infallible Creator. Instead of a heaven out of reach, here was heaven within reach, a heaven on earth. Such easy access made the salivating hellhounds tear hungrily through the luscious green. The sparkling, dancing mountain rivers became rivers of blood. The valley became a vale of tears. Severed limbs bounced up in the swift streaming currents, a final farewell gesture. Fair is foul and foul is fair. Here foul was fair. Here the pristine snow turned black and blue like whiplash stripes. Heaven wept as its twin on earth, so close to the heavens, so close to the home, so close to the home of the divine dignitaries, helplessly battles multiple organ failure, incessant hemorrhage, visible and invisible, internal and external. Alas, our heaven on earth, far worse than hell. So that's another poem. And now I'll read a second poem that takes from the Gandhi poem, but moves on towards what Gandhi left for us. And this is the second poem that I would like to read in terms of my homage to the father of our nation. 150 years young. Ahimsa, Sahansilata, Saridaya, non-violence, tolerance, empathy. Are these now frozen fossils or dwarfed bonsais? Obsolete words in a forgotten dictionary of human values? He chanted the enchanting song of tolerance. He chanted the alluring anthem for an inclusive world. He sang the song of non-violence. He sang the song of empathy and love as he chanted this mesmeric anthem, Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram. You all know that song, yes? Ishwara Allah Tere Namam, the most explosive phrase in that song. Ishwara Allah Tere Naam was not an oxymoron. It was a joyous juxtaposition, a conscious conjunction of hearts and minds and human beings. Ishwara Allah Tere Naam, Sabko Sanmati De Bhagwan. And then came the darkest morning in our nation's history. The Messiah of non-violence died as a victim of violence. He was murdered on a cold January morning in independent India by an Indian. Many, many, too many die even now as victims of violence. Jesus Christ, Joan of Arc, Abraham Lincoln, Martin Luther King. Indira Gandhi, Benazir Bhutto, murdered by the forces of intolerance, forces of greed, envy, and unbridled lust for power. But the resonance of the timeless bhajan that he loved so well has permeated every pore of our nation's soul. We shall overcome and stand in united, for we know ईश्वर अल्लाह तेरे नाम सबको सन्मति दे भगवान. So, thank you. And my next poem, again, is titled Singing About the Dark Times. And as a preamble, I have used a quote from Bertolt Brecht, and it is, "In the dark times, will there also be singing? Yes, there will be singing about the dark times." So this is how it goes. This then is the only way to sing or not to sing. To sing or not to sing is no longer a question. To sing softly, to sing loudly, to sing alone, to sing with you, to sing with them, to sing in a chorus, to sing with no one, to sing with someone, to sing with everyone, till singing voices rise in a melodious crescendo. Symphony slashes the dark granite walls. The irrepressible sun rises again. The earth spins joyously in the brilliance of inviolate light. Darkness and its sinister escorts, gloom and doom, sink away furtively, terrified by the mellifluous decibels of spirited songs and rhythmic rhapsodies, more seductive than the choicest of wines. Here I want to move on to poems which are related to the title of this session, Lakshmi, Unbound, the title taken from my 5th book of poems, which is titled Lakshmi, Unbound. I plan to read that as the last poem. Prior to that, I just want to read 2 short poems from my forthcoming book of poems, which is titled Sita's Sisters. And I will try to trace the connection between the two as I read. How much time do I have about? 5 minutes, okay. So I go on to read these 2 poems. Sita's Sisters. Sita's sister was a good woman. She belonged to just one man, married, vermilion powder, bangles dangled from her slender arms. Her husband was her god, her lord and master, her stifled breath, her sealed lips. He was the fierce tiger, she the gentle lamb. Eye contact was total taboo. "How dare you stare at me," he roared. "I'll scoop out your eyes, you brazen wife." Sita's countless sisters, what were their names? Rita, Mita, Arpita, Sumita, Rinita, Lolita, Bonita, Anita, Sumita, Sucheta. Thousands and thousands of Sita's sisters, programmed parrots, pathetic puppets, remote-controlled robots. Sita's sisters watched in silence. Sita's sisters were deaf and dumb. Sita's sisters shut their eyes. Sita's sisters had eyeless holes. Sita's sisters cried out to their Mother Earth, "Remember our sister Sita's suicide, innocent Sita's traumatic trials, O mother, rescue us as you rescued Sita. But alas, the earth did not split open for Sita's sisters. The incessant, unbearable cries of Sita's sad sisters had turned their Mother Earth to senseless stone. So I go on to the next poem, which is as a preamble to the one I will read last. I will be able to rush through, yes? I know the panic. So, yeah. As commonly believed, Lakshmi is considered, Sita is considered to be an avatar of Lakshmi and is very looked upon as an icon of devotion, dutifulness, and of course beauty. So Sita meets Lakshmi. Are you Lakshmi? Asked Sita as the dazzling goddess ran like the golden deer but stopped at once as Sita called. Oh dear goddess Lakshmi, how did you dare step out of doors? Are you not the one who is eternally bound to hearth and home? Lakshmi smiled, a mischievous twinkle lit her eyes. I am not Lakshmi bound, I am Lakshmi unbound. Come Sita, join me if you can. Of course you can. Some say you are me. Avatar, yes? A storm rose all around. A storm rose in Sita's heart. She stepped out to step into her own being. Sita felt Lakshmi's firm clasp as her chains clattered to the ground. And the final poem with which I will end. This is Lakshmi Unbound. Turning the pages is taking up time. All right. Don't call me Lakshmi. I can't ever be Lakshmi. I want to fly kites. I want to climb trees. I want to read and write. I want to sing and dance. I want to climb mountains. I want to swim in the seas. I want to do what I like, whenever I like. I want to be mad. I want to be bad. I can't be in the corners of four-wall spaces. I can't be in eddies. I want to flow in the mainstream. I want to be in whirlpools. I want to roam and run. I want to eat fruits from trees. I want to drink to the last drop the juice of grapes. I want to cook for myself. I want to dream. I want to pace the rainbow arch in a spectacular hallucination. I can't be Lakshmi. I will ever fail this endurance test. I have to speak. I have to cry. I have to scream. I have to laugh. I have to swim in rivers. I cannot swim in pools. I want to fly like an eagle. I want to glide like a feather. I will forever fail this endurance test. I have flung off the sellotape on my lips. I will sing the freedom song. I may not be Lakshmi, but I am. I just can't be Lakshmi. I have to break the silence. My wealth is not jewels. My wealth is my gypsy spirit. I can't be Lakshmi. I can't be good, sane, silent Lakshmi. I can't be the angel in someone's house. I don't want to be a disembodied spirit. I don't want to be Lakshmi. I am a Lakshmi. Trap me if you can. Thank you.